Hi guys, Wild Moon here. So, if you're finding this video, you have successfully found my first video. I'm going to apologize in advance if I'm a little nervous. I've never done a web series before, so here we are. Considering I don't really have much of a following right now, I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about myself and a little bit about my own personal experiences, and if you think I'm, someone worth following, then feel free to click that subscribe button. Feel free to leave a comment or a video response. Whatever works. Well, first of all, that's my cat. One of them. His name is, oddly enough, Magic. The other one is over here. She's not camera ready. She's camera shy. I was raised in a Christian home, and around age 15-ish, I stopped believing it, and I really racked my brains forever trying to figure out how I was going to tell my mother and my father. And not that they're uber religious or whatever, but they're your parents and you want to make sure that they're not going to wig out. So I went insane trying to figure out how to tell them. And eventually I was like, I couldn't figure out a way to tell them in my own mind. So I turned to the internet. And typing in how to tell your parents that you're a witch on Google doesn't give you very good responses. So I kind of turned to YouTube. YouTube, here we are. And I came across a wonderful pagan Wiccan woman named, well, her YouTube name is Tiptoe Chick. And she's just so upfront and forward about, what she thinks, how she approaches life is just so in your face and awesome. She just kind of gave me the courage to throw it all out there. And that really helped. So I just pretty much said, Mom, Dad, I'm a witch. And I've been practicing for about 4-ish years now. And honestly, I have not come across any other religion that makes as much sense to me as this one. So, my faith has gotten me a lot of teasing, near persecution, basically, by people in my town. I live in scenic nowhere, USA. Actually, it's the Bible Belt. So, I'm fantastically happy. Not really. It's hard fitting in, especially when you're a teenager. The hardest thing about it, though, honestly, is attempting to get my overly Christian grandmother to understand it. She doesn't understand that my faith and hers are the same basic thing, except, not as much hate. And I've tried to explain it to her. I've tried to get her to read some of my books. This one mainly. This is Wicca for Beginners by Thea Sabin. I have no idea how to pronounce it. I've never actually heard it pronounced. But this book just kind of outlines what we believe. And I was trying to get her to read it, and she said this book is full of Satan. But oddly enough, we don't believe it's Satan, right? Right. Anyway. So, what are you gonna do? I try to be nice. I've kind of just called it quits with arguing with her about it, because what are you gonna do? She's set in her ways, I'm set in mine. Anyway, I was an atheist for a brief, well, actually not very brief, about a year and a half time period, and that didn't make any sense for me. I just couldn't click with it. So this clicks to me. It makes sense, and you know, it's almost Ostara now, and I almost forgot that Ostara was tomorrow. It's March 20th right now, and there was snow on the ground a few days ago, so basically gone now. But I almost forgot, and I don't have any supplies for coloring eggs at all, so I'm going to have to figure something out. Not sure what. But, yeah. So, pretty much my Wiccan belief is, well, I'm a solitary practitioner. Eclectic, as some people call it. If anyone calls me a fluff bunny, I honestly will probably laugh at you. I'm not just in it for the spells and, you know, the jewelry and the edgy fashion sense, because quite honestly most times it's t-shirt and jeans for me. I'm actually in my pajamas at the moment because I am slumming it today. But, you know, I just, you know, I draw my beliefs from people who inspire me. Siddhartha Gautama, or Buddha, as many know him. Also, John Lennon, his poster's right there. Yeah. Two great hippies, pretty much. And One Direction. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not hating. Okay, so, I should maybe tell a little bit about the basics. I mean, maybe there's young peeps out there who are wanting to get into Wicca but don't quite know what it is. So, let's see here. Should have marked some pages here. I'm using this book, actually, to find a good definition. Okay, first of all, what is a Wiccan? Alright. A Wiccan is a person who is following the Wiccan religion or spiritual path and is either undergone a Wiccan initiation or has formally and ritually declared him or herself Wiccan. Why was I using the term witch earlier? There's no pointy hat up here, if you can tell. Some Wiccans use the words Wiccan and witch interchangeably, but there are witches who do not consider themselves Wiccans. Wiccans are a subgroup of witches. So yeah, some people call Wicca witchcraft. Christians call it Satan or devil worship. Again, not really hating. But while we're on that subject, has anyone else out there ever experienced what I'm talking about here? I live in a very Christian community. Honestly, you can't walk 5 minutes in one direction without running into at least one church. So, I'm just wondering, has anyone else experienced what I'm talking about? I'm just trying to get a good idea of if anyone else has, you know, I had issues wearing this to school because people would literally make little wooden crosses, crucifixes, and throw them at me in the hallway. This is actually my second copy of this book. My first one was taken from me, shredded and burned in front of me. So, I'm just wondering, has anyone else experienced an issue with being Wiccan or pagan? Because I thought their religion was all about, you know, following the path of Jesus, which, last I knew, wasn't Jesus nice to everybody? Like, I don't know if I'm interpreting this correctly, and I'm sure Christians will find this in one way or another, but wasn't Mary Magdalene a whore or a prostitute or something? Don't know why my cat is attacking my curtain. But seriously, I don't understand. Jesus was nice to everyone, regardless of their religion, their color, their sexual orientation. And also, didn't it say that Ruth, and I can't remember the other woman's name, but didn't Ruth love that other woman the way that men loved women? Pretty sure that's homosexuality in the Bible. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, if there's any Christian viewers out there. I just don't understand how a religion so built on the preachings of Christ could turn into, you know, what it has. I mean, during the Crusades, they sent children into battle because they were pure and thought that God would protect them. I don't quite understand the logic here. Anyway, at the risk of starting a war, I go on a rant. I just trying to get numbers and on, you know, who's experienced what. And I apologize for my cat causing a glare. Anyway, so he's not listening to me now, is he? Anyway, so if you think that, you know, I could go somewhere with this, send me a video response, leave a comment, whatever floats your boat. If you didn't like this, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll try again later when I'm a little more, not prepared, because I knew I was going to do this today. When I'm a little more comfortable in front of the camera, maybe. No. Anyway, I hope you liked it. Light, love, blessings. Stay awesome.